Is pretty privilege real? Throughout our daily lives, we are bombarded with advertisements, shopping displays, movies and television and media that has prominent top tier aesthetic individuals displayed openly. But it's okay to see these people in displays because surely they don't make more money than us, right? Or they don't have better health metrics than us, right? Or they don't have more opportunities or social connections than us, right? Well, if you stay to the end of this video, we'll get roasted and we'll find out. The study of beauty and economic success is called pulchronomics, and it is so taboo that you can't even find this on Wikipedia. But what exactly is it that makes pretty privilege a taboo subject? If we are to accept the fact that prettier people make more money on average and have more life opportunities on average, that opens the door for an overwhelming amount of discrimination. What could we possibly do with that information? Anything that we could do about this situation would be discriminatory by nature. For example, would it be fair to put a 4% tax on an individual just because their facial features are in the top tier of symmetricality or fit within the golden ratio? Because we wish for our fellow human beings to be able to make decisions freely without radical laws holding them back or propaganda controlling their minds, we are going to have to concede to either sweep this information under the rug or to claim that it just doesn't exist at all. And that would make this occult information. Economist Daniel Hammermesh shows that the attractive are more likely to be employed, work more productively and profitably, receive more substantial pay, obtain loan approvals, negotiate loans with better terms, and have more handsome and highly educated spouses. Surveys from the 1970s asked people to rate other people by attractiveness using a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being homely and 5 being exceptionally beautiful. Compared to the average group, below average looking women earn 3% less, while below average looking men earn 22% less. Above average looking women earn 4% more than the average looking, while above average looking men earn 3% more. There is a premium for good looks, a penalty for bad looks. These differences in earnings are not large, but they are in the directions of what you would expect. If you are trying to find a current study on pulchronomics, you're going to have a difficult time. Not only do I believe that this is a case closed thing, but it's occult knowledge in that surveys past this are not openly done because it offends so many people. And if that's not enough data to prove pretty privilege is a thing, babies look at symmetrical faces for far longer than asymmetrical faces. And indicators of beauty can be directly related to health. Now, if you accept these findings, I now openly invite you to join the Occultist Club and hit that like button for me. But if you are not convinced yet, let's go to the purest source of truth that I can show you here. TikTok.
For starters, people are just so much nicer to you. It's not even that they were overly rude to you before, but you were so used to not getting positive attention that now that you're consistently getting it, you're like, oh my god, what's going on? Why is everyone so nice? All the things you used to like that made you weird suddenly make you even more attractive. The shows you watched, if you were good in school, all the geeky, nerdy little things you used to like, when you're unattractive, those things are a turn off and make you even weirder. But if you're attractive, it makes you hotter.
Now, for all of you that are down on yourself out there feeling hideous like I do, I want you to know that I put my ass on the line here. Beauty only matters if you let it matter. As a fun test of my ego, I decided to get roasted on our Roast Me. I posted my most confident picture that I could muster and decided to let them give me hell. And I think my girlfriend was more upset about it than I was.
It says, don't be gentle, I like it rough. And then it says, because that'll let you die. If Casper had a middle life crisis, apparently your hairline likes it rough too. You look like you would sit on a glass jar and post the video online. You look like you're congested and ingesting. You look like a giant gesticle. Vincent D'Onofrio, if he didn't get cast for any role. I've gotten that a lot, that I look like the guy from Full Metal Jacket or the guy from Law & Order. You look like you can't wait to tell us all about your new spiritual awakening in some obscure religion. That's the best one. We all know he joined the religion to get a lot of free candles for sensual purposes. Where's the full-sized version of you? This looks like baby Huey got old. Off-brand John Cryer. He also isn't a looker to begin with. If Stone Cold is the Texas rattlesnake, you're the Texas Roadhouse. When Homer asked for his AI image. Pauling, why did you take off your fedora for this picture? Go get your best Tommy Bahamas shirt, wicker hat, Salt Life sunglasses, and make a second attempt at the first impression. This is not very dungeon master behavior, sir. You are proud owner of the same Aztec model used in Breaking Bad. Act appropriately or risk losing credibility at the faux restaurant where you order in fluent Klingon. I uploaded that. I like that. That's very detailed. You definitely are a believer in no means yes. It's evident on your face that you like it rough with that lazy eye. Listen here, truck stop gravy. Just because business is slow doesn't mean your pudgy gut gets to swing your shoddy pickup lines on here. Buy me a drink first, sailor. You look like expired iced tea. That's nice. I like that. Today I learned South Park's Mr. Slave has a Reddit account. You clearly like it soft, just like your arms. My arms are hard! I legitimately cannot tell if you're 29 or 49. I checked out your profile. You're into spirituality, conspiracy theories, drugs, magic, among other things that interest socially stunned teens in a hot topic. Wouldn't it have been easier for your profile just to list you as unemployed? Oh well, I guess we won't have to worry about you much longer since the opioid overdose is inevitable. This is the ideal specimen Andrew Tate preys on, saying, you could be a top G if you just buy my program, and the guy blindly follows. You bombed the casting call for a backup role in Dumb and Dumber. You like it with extra cheese and 10 nuggets on the sides, but make it a Diet Coke. Built like a bag of milk? I'm built like a bag of milk. You are a shittier version of Peter Dinklage.
So if beauty changes all of these financial metrics for people and allows you to have more opportunities and more engagements, then doesn't beauty really matter? The truth is it really doesn't, because our internal experiences are all that we can truly control in this life. No matter how beautiful you are, there's someone out there that hates you. No matter how ugly you are, there is someone out there that loves you. All of these things come out of the wash when you take full responsibility of this inner well-being. There was once a great sage known as Ashtavakra, and Ashtavakra was born with 8 types of knots in his body. In fact, his name means 8 knots. Long ago, Ashtavakra was a son of a legendary sage that worked for a king's court. This day, he had to go fetch his father from the court. And when he did, he walked into the courtroom and had the whole crowd laughing at him. A crowd of a gathering of over 1,000 different mystics and mages and wise men. Upon entering and hearing this laughter, Ashtavakra looked at the crowd and laughed back and silenced all 1,000 men. Now King Janaka was particularly impressed with this, as Ashtavakra informed him that all the people around him were nothing but shoemakers. Now back then shoes were made of animal hide. Now all of these people who were supposed to be mystics and sages and enlightened beings were all stuck up over the superficial, the skin deep. King Janaka thought that this was particularly entertaining. A man like this, with that level of confidence, must know something, and so he became his friend. One of the teachings of Ashtavakra is that identifying with the doer is the bite of a poisonous snake. The way you look is something that you truly don't have any control of. Yes, we can present the finest versions of ourselves to the world. We can clean up what we have. We can show clear indicators of mental health and status and things like this. But the truth is, no one can truly fix the symmetricality of their body too dramatically. These are things that are completely outside of our control. And so when we identify with them within ourselves, we begin to identify everybody in the world in the same way, and we become sick and superficial. Beauty is temporary, and what we truly are is infinite. When we start to hold value over more creative things, things that require our love and discipline, we fall in love with that part within us, and we fall in love with that part in others. So go forward, my friends, and fully express yourself with confidence and grace. Now, the data that I have displayed here is data that is taken across averages. And the only thing you have to worry about when falling into these averages is to be average. My friends, none of you here are average. We are all outliers, and we are all connected. Before we go, I'd like to stop and thank the patrons for supporting the ConscientCon. I thank you all so very deeply for being here with us on this journey and helping support the sharing of practical spiritual occult wisdom. And by the way, I have secret videos that I post on the Patreon that show the background workings of the videos that I'm creating and the ideas that I cannot share on YouTube. And the first $103 tier subscribers will get a video made by me under their name, posted on the ConscientCon permanently. So get it while that offer is up. And remember, my friends, there is so much more to life than the superficial. When you decide to identify with something so superficial as beauty, you are doomed to fail. You are doomed for disappointment, because no matter who you are, looks fade. This is Nick Newman with the ConscientCon, and please remember to come back for more practical spiritual occult wisdom.